members of our community where we come from who may need legal services, that kind of help that they may need to be able to navigate through their different legal problems. Dear students, this day is yours to enjoy. I know the kind of challenges we went through. Many of you dreaded our 8 seasons. But everything in life is a season. Your academic season has ended. The new season of your lives began. Once again, as your parents, thank you so much for not only ensuring that our graduates have everything they need to undertake their course, but for also making it here. Allow me, before I take leave, to thank a few people. I'll start with our head of department, Bakos, Council Annette Mutalingwa. Kindly stand up for recognition. Council Annette Mutalingwa, the entire team of Assistant Head of Subject is why you're here today. Kindly clap for them. In the same way, allow me recognize the contribution of our professional advisor. Please, colleagues, if you're here, please stand up for recognition. Thank you so much, colleagues, for contributing in the realization of the celebration we are having today. Once again, welcome to Barako, welcome to LDC Lira campus, welcome to Lira region, welcome to the Musa region. Please enjoy the rest of your day. You're welcome once again. Please worship Faisal. How did that skip my mind? In a special way, this cohort was under the leadership of our former assistant director, His Worship Faisal Lira. He really tried to be here. He wanted to be here, but he has just started working, and his engagements couldn't allow him to join you. But in a special way, he sends his warm regards, and like he normally says, enjoy responsibly. Please have fun and cover our Thank you.
Thank you, our assistant director. I believe he deserves another thunderous round of applause. What I pick from him is, one, you should be ready to unlearn, relearn, and learn. You're setting out to build a foundation for yourself. What kind of foundation are you going to build? That's for you to ponder on, for you to pick a decision on what direction you want to take. At this juncture, allow me to invite the dance masters to give us a round of entertainment.
Check 2. Check 2. Check 2.
group dancing over here, they have named themselves Dance Masters from Northern Uganda. They are based in Gulu. If you like them, you can follow them. May I take this pleasure to invite our only director to come and give us his address. So you're most welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, our MC and team. I take no offense to the fact that the assistant director has got very loud cheers and standing ovations and all that. But the director is hardly recognized in these parts. That is the occupational hazard of being far away from the people. But I'm absolutely delighted to be here today for this graduation ceremony. And I will adopt the protocol already explained by the MC, who has recognized all the dignitaries that we have here. I want to in a special way recognize our guest of honor, Mr. Francis Gimara, Senior Counsel. There are many people in the profession here who keep masquerading as senior counsels. Even some of us here, some of us the lecturers, when you meet us, say senior counsel, and we accept it. But in fact, the title of senior counsel is not one that is conferred lightly. And it is equivalent to the title in the UK from which this came, where we have Queen's Counsel and King's Counsel. And it is a recognition of professional excellence. It's a recognition of practice. It's a recognition of substantial contribution to the legal profession. Mr. Gimara has done it all. He has been president of the Uganda Law Society. He has been a senior practitioner practicing law, both in a law firm, and currently he's involved in mediation and ADR. He has contributed extensively to bringing this profession to where it is today. So I'm very excited to have him here as our guest of honor. Our chairperson of the management committee, I'm sure you will equally not get people giving you any applause. You're also probably not well known here. But please clap for the chairperson. Justice Paul Mugamba, retired Justice of the Supreme Court. Some of these decisions you have been quoting and citing cases, you don't know that's how these people actually exist in real life. So that's the retired Justice of the Supreme Court. You're most welcome, my Lord. And our dignitaries who are here, as I said, I will adopt the protocol already explained by our MC. This is our 51st graduation ceremony at LDC. And we are graduating students who have completed the famous Lion Hunt. Congratulations. As I said, we are very privileged to have Mr. Francis Gimara, Senior Counsel, as our guest of honor. Guest of honor at our graduation is a position we don't take lightly. We are very deliberate, very careful in selecting the people who are going to come and talk to you, who are going to come and graduate you into the profession. And I'm sure you are going to get a lot of wisdom from Mr. Gimara. But apart from our professional relationship, I'm also privileged to call Mr. Gimara a friend. And I've known him for very many years, and he's somebody for whom I have a lot of respect. Our guest of honor today, our theme is excellence always. And it fits in with our logo and motto of LDC, which is a tradition of legal excellence. We're producing students who have shown that they are capable of going through the tough furnace that is LDC, and they have shown that they are capable of producing excellence in everything that they do. We are delighted to be holding our second decentralized graduation. This started last year because with the decentralization of the campuses, we have our lecturers who are here with us, we have our district officials, we have our hosts and our landlord, our landladies, Lira University who are here with us. Thank you very much for honoring our invitation. It would be very unfortunate if we train students here and then we take them away in this time of glory, as we used to do when we had just started the campus. But we say no, students should be graduated at their respective campuses, so that your parents also get a chance to see the environment you studied in, see where you were for the year you were away, and so that those who have been part of your journey at Lira are here to celebrate with you. And we're very happy that we have them with us here today. And with a population now of close to 2,000 back-post students and over 1,000 graduating every year, it becomes logistically a nightmare if we're to have all of them at one campus in Kampala. Guests of honor, when we opened up our regional campuses, starting with Mbarara and now Lira, and this year in September we shall be opening up Mbale as well, we assured you and our other stakeholders that there will be no drop in the quality of the back-post offered. And I know this is a concern that many senior people in the profession were worried about, that and we taking the back-post to those rural areas where those students pass. I assure you, guests of honor, that they have passed and they have excelled. And our regional campuses have been doing very well. This year, we are recognizing the 4 top performing students. 3 of them are from Mbarara campus. 1 of them we're going to recognize here is from Lira campus. I forget what is the other campus called? Kampala, yes, in Kampala. He's also somewhere there trying, so maybe in future they will catch up with us. I congratulate all of you today for graduating. I know it has not been an easy journey. And I know that many of your colleagues with whom you started this course are not here. It's not because they didn't want to be here on this day, but it's because of the hurdles that they have faced. And less than half of those of you who started the journey together are here. So we really must congratulate you. And we are going to be acknowledging some others who have performed a little bit exceptionally, and we shall be awarding those prizes. But what you get from LDC is not just the academics. It is the friendships that you have, it is the connections that you have, it is the linkages that you get with the colleagues who are here. And please make maximum use of the opportunities that you've had here. And when you go out in the field, look out for each other. They say that we shouldn't only be throwing baby showers and bridal showers. We must also be supporting our colleagues in their private practices and in their businesses, in their side hustles. And when you get an opportunity, always think of that colleague who sat next to you in your class in Lira. This is just a stepping stone. I think Assistant Director Lira mentioned it well. He said this is not the end. It's not that now we have qualified. And indeed, this is just a commencement. This is just the beginning. Your qualification is just a stepping stone for what you do next. It's a stepping stone for your career. It's a stepping stone for you to proceed with the enrollment. And I'll advise you, as soon as you get your diploma from here, start your enrollment process. Your colleagues who graduated last year have not yet enrolled a year later because of the big queue, the big backlog at the low council. We've just started, actually the low council has just started dealing with those who graduated last year. So you're going to be joining a long queue. And part of the delay is because we are not careful with the documents that we submit. So you find the same application is being considered 3 times. Because the first time the recommendation has issues, then you have misspelled your name, you don't know your name. And then on the title, instead of saying, you're applying to become an advocate of the High Court and all courts subordinate there too, you write all courts there too subordinate. Yeah, it will be rejected. And then you don't dot the I, you don't cross. The law council is very particular. But it wastes time because your application is not under system. Do and get yourself enrolled so that you're prepared for your career ahead of you. And we look forward to having you join the profession. Mr. Kimara is a former president of the Law Society, and I'm sure he'll say something about welcoming you into the profession. We still have the challenge of numbers, and we are glad that we're opening up Mbale campus this year. But with the proliferation of universities and lots of applicants wanting to join LDC, managing numbers and maintaining quality will always be a challenge. Last year, Guest of Honor, we had over 3,000 applicants for the back course, from whom we could only admit 1,600. The other 1,400 we advise them to try in the subsequent years. But that, of course, means we're getting more and more backlog, and we're going to reach a situation where we shall be admitting 3 or 4 years in advance. Yes, we give you an admission letter, say, please report to LDC in 2030. Yes, because that is what we have available for you. So as a profession, and these are things Guests of Honor have talked about, we need a very serious discussion about the legal profession. We need a discussion with the key stakeholders, with the universities, with the Law Council, with the Ministry of Justice, to sit down and talk about the future of the legal profession in this country. What are we going to do about the numbers? Where are all these lawyers going to go? We currently have, I think, about 6,000 members of the Law Society. They are less than 10,000. Less than 10,000, about 6,000. But every year, we are producing more than 1,000 new lawyers. So, what are we going to do with them? What are the opportunities that are there? We also have those who come to LDC and don't manage to make it out. But they feel that they have got the training from LDC afterwards, so they can practice. And we have a lot of people holding out, we have a lot of issues. And then we have issues of quality of the profession. There are all these issues. I don't want to go into those now, Guests of Honor, but I do pray that I know you have opportunity of speaking to the senior people in the profession. Let us have that discussion about the profession. I do advise the students that LDC is there for you. And if you have any challenges with whatever you're going through as far as your profession is concerned, you need any guidance, please, the center and the team here are there for you. LDC doesn't have any malice towards anyone. We want all of you to pass and leave the center. Because the more people stay here, the more we get clogged up. We need these spaces. But you find every year another 500 or so are coming back to repeat the back course. Those are taking up spaces that we need for fresh graduates. I think these are things we shall discuss. And Mr. Kimara, we are really trying our best to maintain standards. I want to give a special thank you to our professional advisors and our lecturers who are here. Let's give them a hand. They are trying their very best to maintain standards in the profession. And I will say, if you're complaining about some of the students who have passed, what would you say about those who didn't make it, if we were to unleash them out there? So thank you very much. We are still, I want to thank all those who have contributed to the success of our training, our development partners, JLOS, the Uganda Law Society, the different law firms who have committed to supporting prizes, the Ministry and the Minister of Justice, the Attorney General, of course the Chairperson and members of the Management Committee, our Assistant Directors, our lecturers, our external advisors, our parents and the guardians. A big hand clap for them. Who have really struggled through it all and seen you through this process. Parents, today is our day. Congratulations. And of course, our customers, our students. I'm sure we treat you like kings. We treat you. Yes, I'm very happy to see you through, despite the challenges, the ups and downs you have gone through. It has prepared you for the tough life ahead of you. I wish you the very best in your graduation and in your future careers for God and my country.
That is not enough for a whole day lecture. for the wise guidance and speech you have made. We believe you have taken serious note of his key note address, if I may put it, the graduates. May we have some interlude this time from the Uganda Police? Some interlude. As the Uganda Police prepares, we have been joined again by our other invited guests, whom I have the pleasure to introduce to you. We have Dr. Olua Francis, who is the Dean, Faculty of Medicine, Lira University. Doctor, you're most welcome. We have also the representative of the Uganda Law Society, a body that you, the graduates, are going to graduate to join. And you're soon going to hear from him, Emmanuel Council, you're most welcome. We also have amidst us from the teaching staff. It's important to know that we are coming from all categories of works here. We have those in the office of the DPP, we have those in private practice, we have as we continue, we have amidst us His Worship Deo Kizito, the Chief Magistrate Alepton. Ladies and gentlemen, as we proceed, I would like to recognize the arrival of the University Chancellor of, Vice Chancellor of Lira University. Professor, you're most welcome. Professor, you're most welcome, and I want to thank you for accepting to host LDC in this university. Thank you so much. I had stopped at introducing Worship Deo Kizito, who is sitting on the teaching staff on the other side. We also have Worship Francis Okulu. He's grade 1 magistrate, Navy, Pakwach. He teaches here as well. We have Worship Hilary Murangira. We will be taking recognition of the other people as they continue to come. So Uganda Police provide us with a serious music interlude, please, as we prepare to wait for an address by the representative of the UNS. you so much for the wonderful music played by the Uganda Police. Ladies and gentlemen, as we prepare to have the address by the representative of the Uganda Law Society, Northern, allow me to take a few more recognitions. Amidst us, we have the Chief Magistrate Nakawa, His Worship Edward Kakoza. Elias Kakoza. He's accompanied by his wife. Thank you very much for coming. Among the teaching staff, I had also told you we are mixed grill. We have people coming also from the office of the DPP. We have the assistant DPP, Brian Kalinaki. Now when I hear that, you know he handles criminals, so you must be... Thank you. We also have the area member of parliament, Noya East. He's called Geoffrey Charles Okello, area member of parliament, Noya East. Sir, you're most welcome. And he has come in a double capacity of a parent. Thank you for loving LDC. We also have the regional police commander. If there's any problem, is number one good enough, is here in person. Afande, you are most welcome. His name is Tugizire Alan. Thank you, thank you. May we have you, sir, to address us.
Thank you very much, our MC and your team. Our chief guest, Mr. Francis Gimara, Senior Counsel, and my former president of Uganda Law Society, my Lord, the Chairperson Management Committee of LDC, the Director, Law Development Center, our City Resident Commissioner, the Head Department of Postgraduate Legal Studies and Legal Aid, the representative of the Law Council, invited guests, parents and guardians, our graduates, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. I bring you warm greetings from the President of Uganda Law Society, Mr. Bernard Wondo, and the council members of Uganda Law Society, and the entire Uganda Law Society, and a special warm welcome from the Northern Bar. I want to say you're most welcome to Lira. My name is Emmanuel Egaru Omiat. I'm the council member representing the lawyers of Northern Uganda at Uganda Law Society. I thank the Management Committee of the Law Development Center for inviting me to be part of the 51st LDC graduation ceremony. First, I congratulate the parents dedicated efforts, perseverance, and sacrifices you have offered and towards towards the education of the graduates. Thank you so much for caring and for carrying out your noble duty as a parent and teaching the children how to fish and not giving them fish. Let's give a big round of applause to our parents, to you all, and thank you for your commitment. You can give a big hand clap and thank yourself. Well done. Today I want to highlight development in the legal practice and offer a few briefs on what will save you in this legal profession. Number one, the increasing number of students pursuing law implies that you must stand out if you want to succeed. The competition is not only national, but also global. When I was at LDC, about 13 years ago, the postgraduate in legal practice only had about 300 students who were admitted. We now have more than 1,500 students admitted, as stated by our dear director. And every year, we get many students. What does this mean for you? There are very many lawyers that have graduated before you, and those graduated with this very law. Now, you are going to compete with all this. Those who are ready, who graduated several years ago, and of course those that you are graduating with today. And so, to stand out, or standing out, will take a lot or more effort from you. The question is, and this question should be asking yourself, are you willing to invest in what it takes to beat the stiff competition and emerge as the best? The second question is, how are you preparing yourself to compete? Not just at a national level, but also at a global level. The stakes are high, the competition is stiff, and there are no more guarantees. Number two, you need to find your niche. I must say, times have changed. Yes, there is still space for generalist lawyers, but the critical question is, for how long? Be bold enough to position yourself as an authority in a certain area of the law as early as possible. This will save years of trial and error. Choose a direction and run with it. Remember to be cognizant of the area you want to practice in and your clientele. Number three, hard work and upskilling. Hard work is very crucial. A client needs a prepared lawyer. This involves the ability to master both the law and the facts. There is no shortcut to hard work. To quote from Malcolm Gladwell's famous book, Outliers, it takes 10,000 hours of intensive practice to achieve mastery of complex skills and materials. Like playing the violin or getting as good as Bill Gates at computer programming. By hard work, I mean you taking time to read and upskill. Technology is also offering an option, and not having to be in classroom to upskill yourself. So take on the opportunity of technology. Number four, ability to communicate. The ability to communicate eloquently and to articulately is one of the most important skills that one can have as a lawyer. A lawyer who communicates well will not only understand the needs of their clients, but also will be able to solve the same. As a lawyer, you need to communicate with honesty to the clients and never be overly optimistic to them, which will put you at the edge of the case, in case of failure to achieve the overly optimistic goals. As a lawyer, you are not only a public speaker, but a mentor, a therapist, and a guide for your clients. If you do not portray self-confidence, there is no reason for your clients or even the judge to trust your words. Number 5, don't limit yourself. Having a legal background will make you a key player in many job sectors. So although your sights are set on that big law firm job, know that this knowledge you have acquired is relevant beyond the scope of legal world. If litigation is not quite it, paralegal work may suit you better. Research on the careers that you look at, having legal studies and knowledge has had an advantage. It is merging your passion with your skills that will make you valuable addition to any business or organization. Other opportunities may be found in human resource sector, journalism, risk management, public relations, civil service, and civil society organizations. Don't limit yourself. Number 6, patience and ethics. There are a lot of temptation in the market to make quick money. Many times you will have to make a choice between getting rich quickly and paying it later in life, or going to sleep with a clear conscience. Take each day at a time and focus on hard work, ethical practice. You will get there. Number 7, failure is part of growth. There will be times when you will fail, when you will fail, but do not be discouraged. There will be difficult days. I must tell you, but remain focused. Persevering, learning from your colleagues, learning from your failures will determine how you will grow in your career. I prefer growth to success because success means many things to many people. Every day I ask myself, every day I ask myself, not whether I am successful, but whether I'm growing. I want to mark that again. Every day I ask myself whether I am successful, but whether I am growing. For me, that is the key lesson in life. It is growth that matters. It is a better journey. Lastly, seek mentorship through the existing networks. In this field of law, there is no better learning than to seek help from the seniors. It is vital to identify potential mentors as early as possible and pursue them. They will be able to guide you and advise you. And they will help you learn. And one way of doing this is joining Uganda Law Society and the East African Law Society, so that you can have access to key players on the East African legal scene and beyond. Through webinars and events that are regularly organized by the Uganda Law Society and East African Law Society. You will also have access to mentors, vital information, and an opportunity to associate yourself with the like-minded individuals. I end this by urging us all to be better and to do better and to be disciplined, hard work, and for those who are believers, to trust God in all that you do, despite the challenges life may throw at you. We shall overcome. I wish you all greatest, prosperous careers. May God bless you all. I thank you. For God and my country.
Thank you, our representative, UNS of the Northern Bar. I don't have anything to add. He has really said it all. And as they say, let those who have ears listen. The dance masters, kindly give us an interlude before we carry on. Thank you. Thank you, the dance masters. We can see your dancing pros. Allow me to recognize a few guests that have joined us. We have Mr. Hamada Ismail Pinto, the LDC Lira. You're most welcome. Allow me equally to recognize members of the LDC top management here. Mr. Luchanzi Hamis Dungu, our Secretary, Stroke Human Resource. We have the Assistant Directors of the regional sister campuses, Assistant Director Barara, Ms. Rachel Moa. We have our big brother from Kampala, Assistant Director, Mr. Sylvester Henry Wambuga, the famous prince. Allow me also recognize the academic registrar, Ms. Stephanie Wanzi, who is with us here. Precious Benga Kabirano, the head department of law and continuing legal education. We also have Mr. Nelson Ojuka, the Dean Faculty of Computing, Lira University. We are honored to have you here, and you're most welcome. On our program, we should have had an address by the Resident Judge Lira. He communicates his apology. He is taken up by other official responsibility and couldn't be with us. And the official that he delegated to is on transfer and has quite a lot to deal with. So we will not have that address. And on that note, I have the privilege to invite the director, to in turn invite the chairperson, management committee to address us.
That soul club must be a nephew of mine. Thank you. It is my honor and privilege, my Lord Chair, to invite you, the Chair of the Management Committee, to come and address this gathering. And my Lord, also the same Lord requests that after your address, you invite our guest of honor to give his address. Director.
marks a particularly important accomplishment in the lives of our graduates. It is a beacon of triumph representing the culmination of their relatives' hard work, sacrifice, and dedication over the last 1 year. It is one that is shared by parents, siblings, and friends who contributed towards the success. Like the great physicist Albert Einstein once said, the measure of intelligence is the ability to change. So based on that definition, I pose the question, how intelligent are you? Those with first-class diplomas may feel good about themselves, but this goes beyond the fun goal. Your adaptability will define the aids which you reach as a legal professional. I would like to emphasize that success is not automatic. It requires a strategy, hard work, sustained focus, continuous learning, and discipline. To be innovative, you will have to constantly challenge yourself, perform higher, and devising better ways of achieving more with less or nothing at all. The qualifications you are earning today are testimony to your reached technical skills and capabilities, and therefore you have no excuse for not succeeding. You should live here with determination and confidence to devise solutions to legal challenges facing humanity today. You are ambassadors in that respect. You are now ready to conquer the world full of opportunities and challenges. As the saying goes, opportunities favor and overlap. You should always remember that the journey of life will bring both opportunities and challenges. May you always have the strength and courage to overcome your challenges, and may you always stay motivated when the road gets tough. To members of the management committee, thank you for the policy guidance and oversight of LDC and for the support to the chairperson management committee. I am entirely grateful. To the director and management team, thank you for the hard work and dedication to ensure that LDC is able to execute its mandate. And to the government, donors, and landlords, we are grateful for your unwavering support
Thank you, my Lord, Justice Mukamba, for the invitation. Allow me borrow the established protocol and stand on it, because there are very many important people here. I fear if I start reading the protocol, I may miss out one important person, and that will be a big problem. So I recognize every leader in your capacities, the parents, and most importantly, the students, our guests. I'm honored and very delighted to be with you today to celebrate your graduation. Congratulations to all of you for this momentous achievement. As you know, LDC is a very special place and a very unique institution. And by graduating, you have joined a group of special people who have come, like the assistant director said, hunted the animal and have now conquered the animal. Now, at LDC, you don't walk out today only with a postgraduate diploma in legal practice, but you are walking out with something that the market requires, something that employers demand. So it is very valuable, and I must say that when you get out of that gate today, you will be very proud of yourself. But before I return to that, let me give honor where honor is due. My Lord, I want to thank the management team led by yourself for great leadership and your support to the institution, and the members of your management team has been outstanding. Thank you. Those of you who don't know Justice Paul Mukamba, he is a trailblazer in many, many ways. He has been very distinguished in his work as a judicial officer and retired up there in the Supreme Court with an admirable track record. When you want to become a judge, these are the men you should be looking to inspire you. Allow me recognize the director, Mr. Thembi. I honor you for great leadership. You know, you may not understand, but my colleagues here who studied just before Mr. Thembi became a director, I can confirm to you that the environment was not as good as this. You know, when he came in, many things changed. You know, we used to go through LDC, but Mr. Mbuga, the motto was "Know the law," right? Now it has changed to excellence, pursuing excellence, a tradition of legal excellence. Now, the change of that motto was a cultural one. Now, when we are being taught under the arrangement of know the law, it was expected that you would walk into the classroom and you have known all the laws regarding that matter. And any attempt not to know the law would be met with expulsion instantly from the class. But along the way, with many changes, we see that the quality of leadership, and I really thank the leaders. I have been at LDC, I have seen the work you've done is outstanding, and you deserve a part in it. Thank you, Director, for providing this leadership. You have, I must say, without fear of any contradiction, pursued excellence relentlessly. Together with the support of your incredible team, you have been able to establish many campuses in many parts of Uganda. And coming to Lira for the first time, I wish, I was telling the director, I think if I had an option, if Lira existed in our times, I would have prayed hard to be brought to Lira. No distraction, the air is fresh, you focus on the law, build critical relationships, you have time for yourselves. I think this innovation was a fantastic one. Now, let me return to the theme of today, excellence. But before I do that, friends, the last group I want to honor, and we are emphasizing honor because we are losing it in the profession. Wherever I've got audiences, I remind my colleagues, let's honor people who deserve honor. I would like to ask you to stand just for less than a minute. Face this direction. You are going to bow and honor your parents for an outstanding job. You know, I think without their support, these gowns will not be looking so beautiful to them. So I want you to go just once to honor them. Parents, thank you so much for your support. The one thing I normally say, I may have had many problems with my parents, and I had very many. But the one thing I thank them for was that they supported me to get an education. Otherwise, I would be a looping somewhere in Omoro district, not far from here. So parents, thank you so much. Now, as we speak about excellence, friends, a tradition of legal excellence must not only flow from the institution, but must be embedded in our lives. Excellence, as we all know it, is a concept that goes beyond merely meeting expectations. It encompasses a commitment to continuous improvement. The Japanese say kaizen, continuous improvement. It is a journey. I want us to remember that it is not an event, it is a process. It is a journey of positive development beyond oneself in every aspect of life. Friends, it is a lifelong process of developing mental and emotional skills to do better in all aspects of our lives and to excel. You have all been told, and the speeches have been consistent, that you need to be agile. You need to be adaptable. I would like this morning, if there's one thing you must remember as you walk out, that make the pursuit of excellence a general rule without exceptions. I know we lawyers talk about general rule, but it's exception. But I invite you this morning to make the pursuit of excellence a general rule without exception. I say this because my journey as a legal practitioner, I have in many ways used that principle of excellence to great benefit. And I like to speak from my personal stories. And this is important because one of the people I admire, Mahatma Gandhi, in one of his conversations with a lady, a mama walked to him with a young kid. And said, yes, go back. 2 weeks later, they returned. And Mahatma spoke to the Yankee, and the Yankee made an undertaking that he was going to stop eating sugar henceforth. And then they conversed with the mama, why did that take you 2 weeks? Mahatma Gandhi replied, and it took me 2 weeks because I was also eating sugar. I first wanted to stop before I get the moral authority to talk to the young man. So what I'm telling you is pretty much related to that. I will speak from things I know as a practitioner, not things I've read. I want to say that when you are pursuing excellence today, is a page that's turned into your life. That page must be anchored on certain values. The first thing I want to, and there are 4, and I'll speak to you on those 4, and I will be done. The first one, friends, be purpose-led as a lawyer. Be purpose-driven. Find out from today what I'm going to do with that law degree. And please, in doing so, don't compare yourselves with anyone else. Walk your journey, but have a purpose. If you want to go to the judiciary, your purpose should be to join the League of the Justice for Governments and develop and deploy judicial services with the level of excellence. If you're going to a company, you must resolve that you're going to do so with a level of excellence. If you're going to practice, to join us in private practice, resolve to do so with a level of excellence. If you're joining our brothers in the services, they also need the lawyers, they have legal officers. Do so with a level of excellence. I say this because having a sense of purpose will provide you as a young lawyer with motivation to confront the challenging times ahead. Today, friends, we live in a world that many have described as a VUCA world. Complex, uncertain, volatile, ambiguous. Many changes are coming. In the legal profession today, out of the revolution, the artificial intelligence revolution alone, it is said that 56% of the jobs that the lawyers are doing today will be replaced by artificial intelligence. But does that make us irrelevant? No. So what then should we approach such a situation? Should we be discouraged? Absolutely no. Should we move ahead? Yes, and we must. How? By being purpose-led. Okay? Have a purpose behind that law degree. That purpose will give you certainty. It will enable you to stay the course, and above all, give you a life of fulfillment. If it means that some of you are going to Karamoja to do legal aid, be it. If it is your purpose, don't discourage yourself. If you feel very strongly that it is in your heart, please do that. But as you do that, the second thing is anchor your life on core values and live by them. What are your core values? Take time and don't take too long. As soon as you walk out of this gate, get a moment to reflect and say, now that I have this diploma in law, what are my values? Because values matter. We are having a problem in the legal profession because people are practicing without values. We have judicial officers, some of course, who are judicial officers without values. The legal profession is suffering a credibility crisis because we are not leading with values. That's why I am very thankful to the director for that invitation that we need to sit together, the legal profession. Let's do an introspection. Why? Because we have seen those days we used to say that the mafias were at the gate. Today we have mafias in the legal provision. They are no longer at the gate, they are inside our compound. This noble and outstanding profession has mafias within us. And it behoves all of us to work towards getting them out of the gate. And the way we are going to do that is to have values, because when we have values, then we attract the kind of work that we should be doing. And in values, I want to again submit to you this morning, never put your professional ethics course aside. There are people I know, as soon as they left LDC, they forgot everything about that subject, professional ethics. Everything, it just vanished. And they are causing a lot of pain to our stakeholders. Ethics requires you, friends, to always ask yourself, what kind of person do you want to see in the mirror in the morning when you wake up? Do you see yourself as a distinguished legal practitioner? Or do you see yourself as a thug in robes? Ask yourself, who are you when you are alone? Are you that lawyer who learned professional ethics and is going out there to make the profession proud? Or you are nothing but a thug in robes? Ask yourself every morning that question. And in so doing, always remember the words of H.R. Tolle, and I quote, "Doing is never enough if you neglect your being." I repeat, doing is never enough if you neglect your being. Friends, don't neglect your being. The third point is this: focus on personal growth and development. This course has been a wonderful opportunity to open us and test us on how much we can do as human beings, isn't it? Is there no one who has not been stretched? We are all being stretched. Now, they say what does not kill you makes you stronger. You are stronger. And as strong as you are now, don't neglect focusing on personal growth and development. Let me say this, that the difference between you and your colleagues 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, will only be on one thing: personal growth and development. Those who invest in themselves much more and use LDC diploma as a foundation will conquer. And that I can tell you. Look at your colleagues 20 years from now, and when you see a difference, remember my words, it will boil down to one thing: that those who progress chose to use the diploma as a foundation to grow more, to do more, and be more. Commit to continue learning and reading content that motivates you to achieve purpose. The world is changing. And if you don't change and adapt quickly, you will be left out. Before COVID, maybe you are young, but my colleagues here will remember, there used to be Skype, right? Skype. If you wanted to communicate to someone, you would Skype. Do we now talk about Skype? What do we talk about? Zoom. Skype was eaten for breakfast, lunch, and dinner by Zoom because they were not agile. They did not adapt. That will also happen to us as individuals if we walk out of here and think that we have now arrived. Shun the mentality of arrivalism. Embrace instead the mentality of continuous learning and growth. And as you do that, be resilient. That's the fourth point. Develop the ability to bounce back from failures, setbacks. Some of you will drive their first car at graduation. Their parents will gift them, like we saw last year. It's okay. Some of you will drive your first car 15 years from now. It's okay. Develop the resilience to do the right thing. We took long, by the way. We took long, by the way. And that's why I said the mindset, I am hearing some feedback, but that's the mindset I'm challenging this morning. I'm happy to get that feedback. You know why? You would rather take a lot of time and arrive ethically than take a short time and you don't arrive. You get it? Life is not a sprint. Of the rule of law. The rule of law requires us as newly minted entrants into the legal profession that we promote it. It's a very crucial aspect of good governance. As legal practitioners, you will be at the forefront of promoting the rule of law. And we do so by ensuring that our clients properly observe and comply with the law. How preparing excellent briefs or opinions properly grounded on the law. Being diligent in holding the letter and the spirit of the law. And in exhibiting, like I've said, proper ethical conduct, befitting of the officers of the law. Importantly, as new entrants into the legal profession, you are a generation that is specially called to promote Pan-Africanism. 2063 African Agenda calls for greater integration of the continent in terms of trade, economic growth, development, and social transformation. Don't be limited by Uganda. Look for opportunities in Africa. Why? Because the 2063 agenda is a call on all of us as Africans to work together to get Africa to the next level. However, as we do this, let's remember that law plays a crucial element to the Pan-African ideals. And as lawyers, we must be excellent in localizing the law to those ideals. This includes understanding the law in a pluralistic sense that recognizes both the statutory law and, as practitioners of the rule of law, you are tasked to ensure compliance as well with African law and values. You need to be alive to the reality of African law and values as part of fostering a Pan-African jurisprudence in application of the law. You will see many decisions in this speech which I have cited, but I've picked out Magbui versus MTN, where Justice Mubiru extensively discusses the need for us as lawyers to begin to work with reality in terms of refusing to disregard the value and the strength of positive cultural norms, but to embrace them, to understand what they mean, and work with statutory law to make the law very meaningful for the majority of our parents and citizens who still are very loyal to their values. You will also find in my paper a decision by Judge Sekana in a matter of Roma Sakakonge versus James Magara, where again he says that the legitimacy and acceptability of decisions of courts of law, which may not be based or informed on non-cultural and customs of given society, tribal area, will be subject to ridicule and may become a recipe for disaster. To that end, as a legal profession, you are joining us in the middle of this debate. How much more should we continue doing in terms of promoting a Pan-African jurisprudence? This is even more important given the fact that recently the Hill report on access of justice in Uganda continues to show that the formal legal system is only marginal to the experience of day-to-day justice of African communities. The report reveals that less than 5% of dispute resolution takes place in courts of law, and the remaining 95% of population continue to use informal living customary law, or community justice to be precise, to manage conflicts, maintain social harmony, and protect important resources. So you and us, you are coming to a team of people who only serve 5% of our population. Why? Because they don't understand the system. So we owe it to ourselves to excellently think out of the box on how much more can we serve the society in places where they have said they want to see the law develop and evolve. We can only do this if we embrace the spirit of excellence. Friends, let me again remind us that today we are starting a new chapter of our life. And as we do so, let's go forth and serve our families, serve our people, serve our communities, serve the nation and the continent, based on the profound achievements that you have obtained from here. On the way, you will have a lot to conquer. Okay? You will need to conquer your own weaknesses. You will need to conquer the harsh reality. You will not find it as easy sometimes as it looks, but that should not discourage you. There will also be enough opportunities. Like the assistant director said, there is always room for a good lawyer. That I can tell you. And for you to remain a good lawyer, distinguish yourself. And if you do so, you will be able to seize opportunities. Even when AI takes 56% of the job, there will be enough work for the ethical lawyer. There will be enough work for the hardworking lawyer. There will be enough work for the excellent lawyer. So be encouraged that if the rest have done it, you too can do it. Okay? Let's continue to improve your way of life, but also let's never forget the obligation to improve the lives of the less fortunate people of our community. As you do this, friends, always remain humble, and it will do you good if you pick a mentor along the way. Being humble will help you to progress. Make humility part of your excellence drive initiative. And as a Sudanese proverb counsels us, the lack of humility makes you lose a lot of opportunities, and the proverb advises us, and I'll end with this, that a large chair does not make a king. Okay? A large chair does not make a king. Practice law, remain humble, be ethical. 20 years from now, you will be a guest of honor in the graduation. Congratulations once again. May the good Lord bless each one of you and open doors for you and countless opportunities. May you go forth and shine. Congratulations. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you very much. Dear graduates, I thought you'd rise up as, in appreciation, giving a lengthy lecture. That's it. Thank you. Thank you so much, guest of honor, Senior Counsel Francis. May we have an interlude? Music, eh? We are about to get there. You want to go jigging, eh? Okay, DJ. Something. Be reminded that this program is on YouTube and on all our social media platforms of LDC. You can be able to view as well from there. Thank you very much, DJ. We are about to get to the real thing. Isn't it, graduates? Are we ready? May I invite the director to come and carry on with the next step.
My task is a very simple one. It is not mine to perform, but to invite the person who is going to perform the activity. It's my privilege and honor to invite the head of the Barcos department to come and present the deserving candidates who have qualified for the award of the postgraduate diploma in legal practice.
The guest of honor, Mr. Francis Jimara, Senior Counsel, it's my honor and privilege to present to you the following graduates who have qualified for the award of the postgraduate diploma in legal practice of the law. Kayumba K. Joshua, Kayumba Sadat, Azilo Eric, Kaisa Maureen, Chichoncho Priscilla Patience, Chikamukuru Mnapi, Chilana Kasindes, Lucinda Manila Jackson, Chukwu Natasha, Rebecca Mary, Ramaka Shaman Prudence, Leta Lucy, Lamunya Zaina Laila, Masiko Andrew, Rachel William Mary, Babasi Hadija, Milo Ahmada, Pako Swabro, Ujumba Hamza Mutakura Sharif, Mutuwa Catherine Sochi, Musachi Peace, Mwanga Sharif, Marene Mai, Meranse Akampasa Mori, Namatra Jaya, Namatanazi Ana, Nakomo Kamri, Najema Catherine, Najiko Kisho Gaza, Naronga Resti, Naronga Justin, Namanya Tracy, Nailene Sina, Namuko Lutia, Namuswe Erina Beatrice, Namuko Febe, Zemeleko Winfrey, Nasuna Victoria, Nagisela Enoch,